you how to use your research guide, the inside section where you have to cite your sources. I'm going to show you exactly how we're in the media center here. We're going to do research, and we're going to research about Thomas Alva Edison, and we're going to do it with a book that's got stories about him, with an encyclopedia, and also with a website. And I'll show you exactly how we cite those sources. And we have 3 resources, and we have our paperwork that we want to fill out on our research guide. So first we have a book, which would have information about Thomas Edison and stories about his life. And then we have an encyclopedia, and we have a website. Now I want to point out that when you fill in this information, not only do you want to put the information in, but you have to worry about the punctuation. For instance, the author's name has to have the comma, as it has up here, and then after his first name it would have to have a period. The title has to have a period after it, and publication city would require a colon like it has here, publisher a comma, in this case it was Oxford, and then the copyright year, a period after it, the page numbers, period, and then the word print at the end with a period. So follow that on all of these when you're trying to fill out your works cited information. And this is very important because the way that you fill this out, it's going to make it easier for you when you go to your actual works cited page to fill in that information. Well, here's the book we're getting the information out of that we want to put in our paper. So we open the beginning of the book and we come to something called the title page. And the title page will have the name of the book, in this case Thomas Alva Edison, with the subtitle, Inventing the Electric Age. And you may want to include the subtitle with your title as well. Here's his name, the author's name, Jean Adair, and I filled that in my research guide. And down here I found the Oxford University Presses, that's who published it, the publishing company, and this is the city. So I put New York and then Oxford as the publisher. Now on the next page, or the next few pages, you'll look for the little circle with the C in it to find your copyright, and that will have a year after it, and then you know when the book was printed. Now remember, if you're looking for a person and you're studying the life of a person, in the World Book Encyclopedia or in any encyclopedia, you want to look for the person's last name, and in this case Edison starts with an E, so that's why we would find Thomas Edison in this volume. This is the World Book Encyclopedia that we're going to be using, and we have to make sure in this one that we get the volume number and the publisher as well. So you may be looking for this information. Of course, the title's on the front. The volume is usually on the binding of the book. And in this case, we found Thomas Edison information in here, and they're only asking for the article, the name of the article. So in this case, you just find it where the heading is listed. World Book Incorporated was the publisher, and again, when I showed you, you go to the beginning of the book, and you're going to be able to find on your title page, you'll usually have your city or your publisher, where it was published, and in here you're going to have the copyright. Again, we look for the little C, and here it is, and it's published by World Book Incorporated. So that's actually the name of the publisher. All right, and finally we have a website. And in this case, the author was unknown because when I looked all over the website, I could not find the person who wrote the information, and the reason for that is that this website, kidsconnect.com, actually used a whole lot of resources to make this page about Thomas Edison. Please also note that not only do we need the date that the website was published, but we need the date that we accessed it. That's when we received the information, when we looked on it. And that's important because sometimes websites change, so we want people to be able to know that information. Here's the website about Thomas Edison. And as I said before, when you look down, you'll see that there are all kinds of resources right here, and that's why this is not by one author. Now this is the website on Thomas Edison, so that is actually the title of the website, okay, Thomas Edison, but it's by kidsconnect.com, and here's the people who published the website up here. And then down further, if I go to the bottom of the website, that's probably where the date published is located. Thursday, July 15, 2010 is the date that I retrieved it, or I know what the date is, so I could put that in even if I didn't see it on the website. It's also good practice to add the URL or web address because many teachers require that. You'll find it here at the top of the window, and it starts with HTTP. So let's take another look at an example of how to gather information from a book, an encyclopedia, and a website. Then you'll transfer these notes to build your works cited, which is actually an MLA-style bibliography. Remember, this handy guide will help you organize your resources.